My child, when you pray, do you realize that you are speaking directly to me, the one who formed you, who knows your heart before a word is on your tongue? Yet prayer is not just about speaking. It is about being still, opening your soul, and learning to listen. I am always near, whispering truths into the quiet corners of your spirit, but the noise of the world often drowns my voice. Take time each day to sit with me, not just to ask, but to hear. When you silence your thoughts and trust in my presence, you will begin to recognize my guidance in ways you never imagined. Sometimes it is a gentle nudge, a moment of clarity, or a peace that surpasses all understanding. Remember, I am not a distant God who requires perfection in prayer. Come to me as you are, broken, weary, joyful, or uncertain. Speak your heart, but also allow space for me to speak into yours. I will answer, though not always as you expect. Trust that my answers are for your good, even if they take time to unfold. When you learn to truly listen, you will discover that prayer is not just a moment. It is a conversation, a relationship, a way of life. Through prayer, I will strengthen your faith, direct your steps, and remind you daily of my unending love for you. So come, my beloved, and let us speak together. Let us dwell in the sacred stillness where my voice will become the anchor of your soul. My child, do you know how much I long to spend time with you? Every moment of your life, I have been near, watching over you, waiting patiently for you to turn your heart toward me. Prayer is not a duty or a ritual, it is a gift, a sacred space where you and I meet. You do not need to use perfect words or follow a formula. I am not impressed by eloquence or length, I am moved by sincerity. Speak to me as a friend, as your father, as the one who knows your innermost thoughts and loves you still. But remember this, prayer is not only about speaking, it is about being present, fully, with me. When you quiet your mind and sit in stillness, you create room for me to reveal my heart to you. Sometimes, I will speak to you through my word, guiding you to a verse that resonates deeply with your soul. Other times, my voice will come as a gentle whisper in your heart, a feeling of peace, a burst of inspiration, or a clarity that could only come from above. And there will be times when you feel I am silent. But know this, my child, my silence is not my absence. Even in those moments, I am working in ways you cannot yet see. Trust that I am always listening, always present, and always working for your good. Bring to me your joys, your sorrows, your questions, and even your doubts. Do not be afraid to be vulnerable with me, for I already know every part of you and love you without condition. When you are weary, come to me, and I will give you rest. When you are anxious, cast your cares upon me, and I will carry them. When you feel lost, I will be your guide, lighting the path before you step by step. Do not rush through our time together. The world demands your attention, but I ask for your heart. Make space for me, even in the busyness of life, and you will find that I am the peace you have been searching for. Let prayer become the rhythm of your life, not just in moments of need, but in moments of gratitude, wonder, and stillness. When you wake, greet me. When you walk, talk to me. When you struggle, cry out to me. And when you are blessed, thank me. You are never alone, my beloved. I am with you in every moment, ready to comfort, guide, and rejoice with you. The more you draw near to me, the more you will feel my presence in every aspect of your life. And as you listen, truly listen, you will begin to hear not just my words, but my love, a love so deep, so unending, that it will transform your heart and renew your soul. So come, my child, and let us continue this conversation every day. Let us walk this journey together, for you are mine, and I delight in you. My beloved child, there is so much I desire to share with you. Each day, I write new blessings into your story, but you can only see them clearly when you pause to be with me. Prayer is not bound by time or place. It is a constant connection between your heart and mine. Even in the chaos of your daily life, I am there, waiting for a moment when you turn your thoughts to me. You may not always feel worthy to approach me, but hear this: you are always welcome in my presence. Come as you are, with your fears, your doubts, your hopes, and your dreams. Do not let shame, guilt, or insecurity keep you from me, for I see beyond your imperfections to the beauty of the soul I created. When you speak to me, remember that I am not only listening, I am feeling your pain, celebrating your victories, and carrying the burdens you think are yours alone. In those moments when you don't have words, let your silence be your prayer. I understand the language of your tears, your sighs, and the longings hidden in your heart. You might wonder how to hear my voice amid the noise of the world. My voice is not always loud. It is gentle, steady, and full of love. You will find it in the quiet places, in the beauty of creation, in the kindness of others, and in the depths of your soul when you seek me with sincerity. Do not rush to fill the silence with words. Let the stillness speak. In that stillness, I will show you my plans not to harm you, but to give you hope in a future. There will be times when you don't understand my answers, or even feel that I am silent. Trust me, my child, for I am never idle. My timing is perfect, though it may not align with yours. Keep trusting, even when it feels difficult, for faith grows strongest in the waiting. As you continue to pray, you will begin to see the world differently. You will see my hand in the small miracles of your day. You will recognize my guidance in the unexpected turns of life. And you will feel my peace, even in the midst of your greatest storms. Prayer is not just a tool to change your circumstances. It is a means to change you. It aligns your heart with mine and teaches you to love as I love. It draws you closer so you can walk in step with me and live with the confidence that I am leading you. Let each prayer strengthen our bond, and let each moment of listening deepen your understanding of my will. The more time you spend with me, the more you will reflect my love and light to the world. So continue to come to me, not out of obligation, but out of desire. Desire to know me more, to trust me more, and to rest in the assurance that I am your God, your refuge, and your eternal source of joy. My precious child, do you know that I rejoice every time you come to me in prayer? Your voice is like a melody to my ears, a reminder of the deep bond we share. But prayer is not just about speaking. It is about connecting your spirit with mine in a way words cannot fully express. In this connection, I long to show you things that go beyond your understanding, truths that will bring clarity, strength, and purpose to your life. Sometimes, prayer will feel easy, like a natural outpouring of your heart. Other times, it may feel like a struggle, as if the weight of life keeps you from lifting your voice to me. In those moments, I ask you to come anyway. Even when your words feel small, even when your faith feels weak, I am still here, ready to meet you with open arms. I do not need perfect prayers. I desire honest ones. Speak to me of your joys, your sorrows, your fears, and your questions. And when you feel too broken to speak, let me hold you in the silence. It is in those quiet moments that I am closest, working in ways you cannot see. Through prayer, I will teach you to see the world through my eyes. You will learn to recognize beauty in the ordinary, grace in the unexpected, and hope in the darkest of times. You will begin to understand that every challenge is an opportunity for growth and every delay is a step towards something greater. I use all things for good, my child, even the things you don't yet understand. Trust me with the pieces of your life that feel incomplete, and I will weave them into a story more beautiful than you can imagine. But to see this, you must listen. Listening is an act of surrender, a way of saying, Lord, I trust you to speak, and I am here to hear. Do not let distractions pull you away from this sacred act. Make time for me, even if it feels like you have none. You will find that moments spent in my presence multiply your strength and renew your spirit. In prayer, I will remind you of who you truly are, not defined by the world, but by my love. You are chosen, cherished, and called to a life of purpose. Do not let the opinions of others or the weight of your past define you. Let my words speak louder than your doubts. As you continue to seek me, I will guide you. I will place my desires in your heart, align your steps with my will, and open doors no one else can. Prayer is the bridge between where you are and where I am calling you to be. So, come to me every day, not just with requests, but with a heart ready to be transformed. Let our conversations become the foundation of your life, and you will find peace, wisdom, and joy that no circumstance can take away. I am here, my child, always waiting, always listening, always loving. My precious child, learning to listen and pray is one of the most profound journeys you will ever take. It is not something you master overnight. It is a lifelong relationship that deepens with time and patience. Listening begins with quieting your mind and heart. The world is filled with noise, distractions that pull your attention in every direction. But when you step away from the noise, even for a moment, you create space for my voice to enter. My voice is not often loud or forceful. It is gentle, like a soft breeze, like the first light of dawn. To hear me, you must practice being still, resting in the knowledge that I am God. Do not expect to hear me in the same way you hear others. I may speak to you through the words of Scripture, through the wisdom of someone you trust, or through a sudden sense of clarity in your heart. Sometimes, my message will come in a way that surprises you, a song, a moment of beauty in nature, or a quiet conviction that stirs your soul. Listening also requires trust. You may not always understand what I am saying or why I am silent in certain moments. But know this, my silence is never indifference. Even when you cannot hear me, I am present, guiding you, shaping you, preparing you for what lies ahead. Prayer and listening are two sides of the same coin. When you pray, pour out your heart to me without fear or hesitation. Be honest about your struggles, your desires, your doubts. I do not need you to hide anything from me, for I already know it all. But after you have spoken, pause. Leave room for me to respond, even if it takes time for you to discern my answer. Do not rush to fill the silence, for it is in the stillness that I often speak the loudest. Listening in prayer is not always about words. It is about being attuned to my presence and my work in your life. It is about noticing how I am weaving the threads of your story together, even when the pattern is unclear. As you practice listening, you will develop a sensitivity to my guidance. You will begin to see how I am directing your steps, even in the smallest details of your life. You will find that I often lead you to paths you would not have chosen but are far better than you imagined. Learning to pray and listen also means being patient. I do not always answer on your timeline, but I always answer at the right time. Trust that my timing is perfect, even when it feels slow or uncertain. Do not be discouraged if you feel distracted or if your mind wanders during prayer. Every moment you spend seeking me is valuable, even if it does not feel perfect. Over time, as you persist, prayer and listening will become as natural as breathing. You will find that your relationship with me is not confined to a few moments of prayer, but flows into every part of your life. You will begin to hear my voice not only when you pray, but in the middle of your ordinary moments. I will guide you, encourage you, and remind you of my love in ways that are unique to you. So, my child, keep coming to me. Keep praying, keep listening, and keep trusting. The more you do, the closer we will grow, and the more you will experience the fullness of my love and purpose for your life. I am here, always ready to speak, always ready to listen, always ready to lead you into a deeper, richer life with me. Prayer is more than an act. It is a posture of your heart, a way of living in constant communion with me. Listening, too, is not limited to moments of stillness, but can happen in the midst of your daily life. Did you know that I speak to you through the people you encounter? The encouragement of a friend, the wisdom of a mentor, or even the challenge of someone difficult can carry my message to you. Pay attention to these moments. They are not coincidences, but opportunities for you to hear my voice in unexpected ways. I also speak to you through creation. When you see the beauty of a sunrise, the strength of a mountain, or the gentleness of a flowing stream, you are witnessing my handiwork. These are reflections of my character, steadfast, powerful, and full of grace. Let nature remind you that I am always near, revealing my presence in both the grand and the small. Do not forget that I speak to you through my word. When you open the scriptures, you are opening a direct line to my heart. The words you read are not ancient and distant, they are alive and active, ready to guide you, comfort you, and teach you. Make a habit of meditating on my word. Let its truths sink deep into your soul so that they become a foundation you can stand on in every season. Sometimes, listening requires you to wait. Waiting is hard, I know. You live in a world that values speed and immediate results, but my timing is not like the world's timing. When you wait on me, you are not wasting time, you are building trust. In the waiting, I am refining you, strengthening your faith, and preparing you for what lies ahead. Patience in listening teaches you that my plans are always better than yours. There will also be times when I ask you to listen with your actions. Prayer is not just about words, it is about obedience. When I place something on your heart, a person to forgive, a step of faith to take, or a blessing to give, responding is another way to listen to me. Your willingness to act on what you hear shows your trust in my voice. Do not be afraid to ask me questions in prayer. I am not distant or unapproachable. I am your Father who delights in your curiosity. Ask me about your purpose, your struggles, and the mysteries of life. Bring me your doubts, your fears, and even your frustrations. I am big enough to handle them all, and I long to give you clarity and peace. Listening also involves surrender. There will be times when my answers do not align with your desires, and you will need to trust that I know what is best for you. Surrendering your will to mine is not a loss, it is the beginning of true freedom. When you release control, you make room for me to work miracles in your life. One of the most profound ways to listen is through gratitude. When you thank me for what you have, you open your heart to see how much more I am doing for you. Gratitude shifts your perspective from what is missing to what is already present, and in that shift, you will hear my whispers of love and provision. Remember, listening is a skill that grows with practice. Do not be discouraged if you struggle at first. Every moment you spend seeking me, even in imperfection, draws us closer. Over time, you will find that my voice becomes clearer and my presence more tangible. You will see my fingerprints on your life and recognize my guidance in every step you take. So, my child, continue this journey with me. Let prayer be your anchor and listening be your compass. Together, we will navigate this life, and you will come to know the depth of my love and the fullness of the plans I have for you. My dear child, I see the effort you make to draw near to me, and I want you to know that I am closer than you can imagine. Every time you lift your heart in prayer, no matter how simple or imperfect it feels, I am listening with love. You may feel unworthy or think you don't know how to pray correctly, but let me reassure you, there is no wrong way to speak to me. Come as you are, with your messy emotions, your fears, your joys, and even your confusion. I am not here to judge your words, but to hold your heart. Prayer is not a test, it is a relationship, a sacred bond between you and me. Do not let doubts or distractions pull you away from this connection. The enemy will try to convince you that I am not listening, that I am too far or too busy. But hear this truth, I am always listening, and I am never too far from my beloved. When you feel discouraged, remember that I have already equipped you with everything you need to persevere. Lean on me when you feel weak, for in your weakness, my strength is made perfect. You don't have to carry your burdens alone. Place them at my feet, and I will lift them from you. But to hear my guidance, you must also make space to listen. Do not rush through our moments together, treating prayer as a task to complete. Instead, linger with me, allowing your heart to rest in my presence. The world will demand your attention, filling your days with noise and endless tasks. But I call you to something better, stillness. It is in the quiet that you will hear my voice, not shouting, but whispering truths that your soul desperately needs. When you pray, do not only speak, but ask me to open your heart to my answers. Sometimes, my answers will come through a scripture verse that suddenly feels alive. Other times, it will be through the advice of someone who loves you, or in the peace that settles over you when you trust me. My guidance will not always come immediately, but it will always come at the perfect time. Trust that my timing is not meant to frustrate you, but to prepare you. I know what lies ahead, and I am aligning everything for your good, even if you cannot yet see it. Do not let impatience rob you of the beauty of waiting on me. The waiting is where your faith grows, where your heart learns to trust, and where your soul becomes anchored in my promises. And while you wait, fill your prayers with thanksgiving. Thank me, not only for the blessings you can see, but for the ones you are trusting me to bring. Gratitude opens your heart to my presence and aligns your perspective with mine. It shifts your focus from what you lack to what I am providing, even in ways you may not expect. There will also be times when my answers do not align with your desires, and you will feel disappointment. In those moments, remember that I see what you cannot. I am not withholding from you, I am protecting you or guiding you towards something greater. Trust my no as much as my yes, for both are spoken out of love for you. As you grow in prayer, do not keep it confined to certain moments or rituals. Let it flow through your entire day, like a conversation that never ends. Speak to me when you wake, when you work, when you rest, and when you face challenges. Include me in every aspect of your life, for I am not a distant observer, I am your constant companion. And as you pray, let your ears and heart remain open. Listening is not just about hearing my voice, it is about noticing my work in your life. It is about seeing the doors I open and the ones I close. It is about recognizing the peace I give when you take the steps I am calling you to take. And it is about obeying when I prompt you to act, to forgive, to trust, or to take a leap of faith. Do not fear stepping into the unknown when you sense my guidance. I will never lead you to a place where my grace cannot sustain you. When you stumble, as you surely will at times, do not let shame keep you from me. Come quickly back to me, confess your struggles, and let me lift you up again. I am not here to condemn you, but to guide you, to mold you, and to love you unconditionally. My greatest desire is for you to know me deeply, not as a distant God, but as your closest friend, your constant refuge, and your eternal source of hope. So, my child, continue to come to me. Bring your heart, your thoughts, your joys, and your pains. Let prayer and listening be the rhythm of your life, the foundation on which you stand. And as you grow in this sacred connection, you will find that my voice is not only something you hear, but something you live by. I am with you always, my beloved, guiding you, strengthening you, and loving you more than you can comprehend. Amen.